Well, there's an interesting poll out that recently was said by TYT. I'll post the link to that video at the end here. And that poll said that 66% of people living in the South want to secede again. Really, this isn't anything new. I mean, every time the Texas legislature gets a bill that says let's secede from the Union, they always vote to pass it. The House always votes to pass it. The Senate always turns it down. And the reason is because they understand what would happen to them if they didn't have the protection of the other 49 states and also the federal government. So, but I honestly think that this may be an unpopular position here, but the way this country is right now, I honestly think that we should consider like letting these hard right wingers who don't want to share the table with us, who don't want to work things out democratically, just let them have their own space. Maybe it would be best for everybody, because at some point, if we keep going the way we're going, I mean, we're going to end up in a civil war situation anyway. Maybe something else, but it's not going to end well. Let's put it that way. And perhaps one day, if that it does end up happening, I mean, after a while, like Germany, maybe we would reunite. But for right now, I honestly just think there's just too much divide. There's too much resentment, too much bitterness, too much hatred, too much unwillingness to listen on both sides, really, for us to really function as a nation. And also because if we split, guess what else splits? The military-industrial complex. So what would happen then? What would happen to those bases around the world? What would happen to our imposing our will on everybody around the world, bullying them, doing regime change, illegally and offensively starting these wars and taking people's resources, all of that? What would happen if we were to split up? So would that. The military-industrial complex would also split up. And I think that would be best for everyone concerned, because that basically means that these other countries could finally take back control of their own economies, their own their own resources and whatnot, and we could more diplomatically work something out, as opposed to saying, okay, we're just going to come in, plant our flag, say mine, and we're just going to exploit your people and take your resources, and you can't do anything to stop us. I really think that maybe, at least for now, letting these people have their own section, letting the South separate, might just be best for all around. At the very least, we would probably be able to solve things a little more diplomatically that way, knowing that we're separated, as opposed to like, okay, I want to do things this way. Oh no, I want to do things this way. Oh yeah, you're trying to impose your will on mine. You're trying to impose me, and nothing ever gets done. So I know that's probably not going to be the most popular thing right now, but practically speaking, at the time we're in right now, perhaps that's best. Now, I do agree that it's best, even in the short term, to stay united for defense reasons and in some cases some economical reasons, because a lot of people in the South, even in some of the northern states and the more rural communities, are having a really hard time right now. But that's not saying much, really, because look at the federal government. Look at what they do. Nothing. They just give tax cuts to the rich and corporations and just leave the people hanging high and dry, saying, pull yourself up by your bootstraps. So that's the government today. They're basically saying, okay, you elect us. Thanks for your vote. Now fuck off. We're going to use your tax money for whatever we want. And to be honest, I really think most of these 66% in the South are sick and tired of that. And I understand. Completely understand. And us, folks like me, even the lefties, we're really fed up with this. So I don't know, maybe that would be best. But it's just my own position on that right now. That story's just been popping up lately, so I wanted to share my thoughts on that and say maybe like you could even consider this maybe like a trial separation. Kind of like the West Germany, East Germany thing. And then eventually they did reconcile and reunite. Maybe that's just what we need, a little time away from each other. So anyway, just food for thought. This thing will just unfold as it comes, but that's my take on it.